Alright, so luckily this one isn't that bad. Pretty easy to fix. Let me show you a couple things. Biggest thing, so let's see, take your breath, load the hips. That looks great. So the only thing I would say, where the bar starts moving, your only option, as you notice, is for your hips, from the start position to where the bar really starts moving, is for your hips to go up. So what we want to go ahead and do is possibly start the hips a little bit higher, so that way this movement that we're getting, we're already there, and this back plane that we eventually reach right about right there, this plane right here is actually what we start with from the floor. So starting with your shoulders a little bit more over the bar, and that's where I mentioned the hamstrings. It's going to require a lot more hamstring pull from the floor. And as you get through the knee, so let me slow it down a little bit more. As we get through the knee, push the knees back perfectly. Now right here, everything from here above, these shoulders should be pulling back, trying to get stacked back over those hips before you extend. So what happens is, as we start to get through the hips, the bar kind of stays out front. We notice the shoulders did not go back, the hips came forward, and now your heels are off the ground and you're shifting towards your toes as we progress through the rest of the movement. Hence why you left it out front and missed it out front. So again, let's look at from about right here, because really the pull off the floor to the knee was great. It was past the knee, you never quite got those shoulders back into your power position so that we could then extend and finish the movement. That being said, that is not a bad power position, right? My only criticism would be getting your shoulders back so that way our shoulders are lined up over the hips, so you can tell your shoulders are right in front of your hips, and making sure that our hips stay over the heels so that way we've got that perfect midline from top to bottom. From here, provided the bar is in your power position, the only option it has is to go straight up, right? Right here, because you've got the hips actually slightly behind the shoulders, the only option that we have as the hips and the shoulders align is for your hips to come forward, kick the bar out, and thus the bar was left out front as you went to go finish the movement. See, right when the feet hit, that bar was about over your forehead and had to come back rather than being back behind the ears. Also, when you get to the bottom, don't be in such a hurry to stand up. I would rather you miss this out front with your hips still all the way down, because that means you're patient enough in the bottom to sit there, adjust the way that you need to, and then stand up with it. If we try to stand up too soon, any movement forward, as those hips come up, our shoulders are just going to come even more forward, and that bar is going to just go even more forward, making it a lot harder to save it, should that be something you're attempting to do. So, with that being said, again, from the floor, so here's our start position. From the floor, the butt comes up a little bit, but that back plane right there is what we want. That is a great back plane, and you can tell that as you pull a little bit higher, you maintain that back plane. And then we get past the knee. As soon as we're past the knee, that back plane now should break. Shoulders should come back to the hips and then extend up. So, that being said, now that I've told you all that, let's watch it one time all the way through. And you can see how you kind of leave that bar out front. So there you have it.